So how do you practice your sound system tuning skills while you're stuck at home during quarantine? So we don't want to be getting worse with our skills. We want to be ready for whenever shows start happening again. And I want to show you how I've been doing that at home. So I have this article called How to Practice Reading Face Traces When You Don't Have a PA. And I want to go through that with you step by step today. So first I recommend you open up this article because it has all of the links that you're going to need. Scroll down to Let's Get Started. And you're going to need to create some accounts. So you're gonna have to jump through some hoops here, but it's gonna be worthwhile. I recommend MapXT. As far as I know, it's the best free resource that allows you to see all of the things that we normally see in the field on our audio analyzer, like magnitude, phase, and impulse response. So first you're gonna register for MapXT. That looks like this. Fill all the stuff out, send it in. Next, you will register for a Meyer Sound website, so you have to create 2 accounts. Fill this stuff out, send it in. Then you'll download the software, and you'll see current version, and then choose either Windows or Mac. And if you're using Mac, you may need to also install Java. Cool, so hopefully by that time, Meyer Sound will have sent you your login name and password for MapXT, which you're gonna need in just a second. So you'll open up MapXT, it'll look like this, blank, nothing there. And the first thing you probably want to do is log in. So you go to settings, very bottom here, log in with MapXT. Once you've done that, you can start dropping in speakers and doing predictions. And if you are using Subaligner and you want to test that out and use that to practice at home with as well, then I recommend that you use Meyer Sound's Leopard and 900 LFC, since that's the combo that Subaligner currently has available. So I'll close this. We can see Subaligner here. So if you choose Meyer Sound, you'll see that the model you have available is Leopard. And so I'm just gonna drop in a made-up system design here. So right-click anywhere in this sound field. Insert flown loudspeaker system. Now this says Leopard already, but if it doesn't, then you just start typing in here the word Leopard, and you might choose this guy right here. Oh, that chose Leo. Leopard. Leopard. Okay, I've got 12 Leopard here. Great. I'm not going to do anything to this. I'll just leave it where it is. And then what? I want some 900 LFC, ground stack loudspeaker system. Again, you would start typing in 900 LFC here. So I'll put a bunch of them in, 6 of them. Put those closer to the ground here. And you'll see that this guy's already kind of aimed down this way. And that's cool, but that might not be that way when you insert it. So if you want to see where this is pointed, choose View Centerline, and then select this array, then click on Rotate, and now you can choose where this is aimed. I'm not going to mess around with that too much. I just want to get started looking at some measurements. I'm going to turn that off because that's a lot of stuff on the screen. The next thing we need to actually use the measurement viewer is a microphone. So I'll just drop a microphone into the space here. Right click, insert microphone. You can give it a name if you want. And that's it. Now I can head over to Tools, Measurement Viewer. And now I know this is a bunch of new stuff for you, so just focus on the things that I recommend here. Frequency response, and then go over to the Results tab. Now you're going to have magnitude up here, phase down here, and we can start looking at that microphone we just dropped in, which is number 1 here. So I'll hit predict, and you notice a couple things. Number 1, we're measuring the sub and the mains together. It looks like there's a problem here, there's a null here, and this looks like a mess. So just like in our audio analyzers, we'll need to set the delay locator, and the way you do that in Map is auto set delay, or you could change it manually up here. And the way you solo speakers so you can measure them individually instead of together if you want, I think one easy way to do that is just over here. Just click on the speaker itself or drag over it, and now the one you have selected will be soloed. So when I hit predict now the subs are no longer in there. And you can hit store. That opens up this window where you can give it a name, Leopard. I'll close that, or I guess I should call it Leopard Solo. And then it'll be available in this drop-down window here. And now if I head back over to this window, Now I can select the subs. I'll hit predict again. I'm not going to hit auto set delay because remember I'm trying to compare the phase relationship between these two guys. And you can see this is why we had a problem in this area before, because these are not phase aligned, right? Right here at this point they are, but that doesn't do us much good. So let's look at how we can now practice with subaligner. So subaligner needs to know distances. So how do you do a laser distance measure in MapXT? Well, you can draw lines. So if you click up here, Architectural Visual Aid, then you can start here at the microphone and you can draw all the way over to here. So hopefully this is in the middle of this array. It's kind of hard to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then I'll draw over to the middle of this array. Now I don't want you to get confused because in the field I would point my laser distance measure at the bottom here because that would be the acoustic midpoint because the floor has a reflection and you can imagine like a mirror array of speakers in the bottom. I don't want to get into that too much right now. If you want to look at that and play with that, go to settings, prediction plane, and you can turn the walls off and on here. But just to get started, it's so much easier and cleaner just to start with the walls off and then work your way up to playing with the walls being enabled. But for now, we'll start with them off. Okay, so I drew some lines in. How do I find out how long those lines actually are? Well, if I left drag and select a line and then either choose Command A like this, or I can close this, I can right click on the line and then scroll down here, no, right here, edit Architectural Visual Aid. I just think Command I is a lot faster. Then over here, radial distance is the distance of that line, which is 81.72 feet. So over here in Subaligner, Meyer Sound, Leopard, 12 speakers in the room in my design total, and the distance is 81.72 feet. Next. Now we're looking at the sub. So I'll select this line, Command I, 72.3 feet. 72.3. And how many do I have? 6, that's correct. Meyer Sound 900 LFC, 6, 72.3. Next, it's going to come up with an alignment for us. It says you're going to need to delay the sub by 7.82 milliseconds, which makes sense because the sub looks like it's closer. So how do we add delay to the sub? Well, first we need to make sure that the sub is on its own output. So I'll right click, edit it, and we can see, okay, it's on output 2 already. I guess I did that before. Normally when you open this up, it says output 1 here. So switch all of these to output 2, apply and close, and then settings, device configuration. This is where you can put in those settings. So I might name these Leopard and 900 LFC. And then I might put in that delay that it recommended for me, 7.82 milliseconds. And it also says, hey, you need to attenuate the sub by 5.34 dB. So let's head back over to our measurement viewer. I didn't change anything to do with the Leopard, so I don't need to remeasure that. So I'll just measure the subs by themselves again. So remember, I select it to solo it, hit predict, and there we go. Now we have matching level through the crossover region, and it looks like we have a good match of phase. So that's how I've been practicing at home, using Subaligner. Make sure that I'm getting comfortable with it. Obviously you could click forward in these fields here, but it's not going to do a whole lot of good to listen because we can't really listen or auralize this particular setup. So I hope this is helpful for you. Let me know what questions this brings up, and I'd be happy to make more videos about how to practice this kind of stuff. All right, thanks.